everybody, and welcome to the Zoom Where It Happens, a Hamilton cabaret produced by the Virtual Theater Company. My name is Alyssa Jiwani. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the director.
Hi, I'm Sarwono. I use she, her pronouns, and I was the music director.
Hi, I'm Maya. I use she, her pronouns, and I was the choreographer.
Hello, I'm Abri. I use she, her pronouns, and I was the stage manager, the producer, assistant director, and sound editor of the production.
And we also had two additional acting coaches that came in towards the beginning of our process, Rachel Faria and Marvelyn Ramirez. We were such a powerhouse team, and this show is so amazing. The Virtual Theater Company is a group of college-age theater makers working to keep theater arts alive during these really difficult times. We are working to cultivate an inclusive, safe, and accessible space for young creatives all over the world.
In this production specifically, our entire cast was comprised of people of color, and our entire production team was a powerhouse team of women of color, which was so powerful and such a unique experience.
Hamilton was a musical composed of song and rap written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, and it tells the story of American founding father Alexander Hamilton. At the 2016 Tony Awards, Hamilton received a record-breaking 16 nominations and won 11 awards. It was a revolutionary musical for many reasons, but a big one being that the cast was entirely made up of people of color, which is just really inspiring to so many young theater students around the world. The way Lynn likes to phrase it is, it's the story of America, then told by America now.
Yes, and that is what is so amazing about this fabulous group of people that we have in this cast, is because as this production team, our goal was to sort of emulate Lin-Manuel Miranda in our own production, and our cast is made up of entirely people of color, which is really exciting. And yeah, I am so proud of these kiddos. They did so good, and I have watched them grow over the course of only 8 weeks. Like, that's insane. The amount of talent and dedication that these young blossoming artists have shown is just inspiring and incredible. So without further ado, this is Hamilton, the Zoom Where It Happens, and it's so exciting. We will be telling it in chronological order with lots of fabulous songs, our favorite songs, and it's gonna be so great. Enjoy the show.
How does a bastard, orphan, son of a whore and a Scotsman, dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by providence, impoverished and squalor, grow up to be a hero and a scholar?
The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter. By 14, they placed him in charge of a trading charter.
And every day while slaves were being slaughtered and carted away, across the waves he struggled and kept his guard up. Inside he was longing for something to be a part of. The brother was ready to beg, steal, borrow, or barter.
Then a hurricane came and devastation reigned. Our man saw his future dripping down his drain. Put it to his temple, connected it to his brain, and wrote his first refrain, a testament to his pain.
Well, the word got around, they said, this kid is insane, man. Took up a collection just to send him to the mainland. Get your education, don't forget from whence you came, and the world's gonna know your name. What's your name, man?
Alexander Hamilton. My name is Alexander Hamilton. And there's a million things I haven't done, but just you wait, just you wait.
When he was 10, his father split full of it, dead-ridden. 2 years later, see Alex and his mother, bedridden, half dead, sitting in their own sick, the scent thick.
And Alex got better, but his mother went quick.
Moved in with a cousin, the cousin committed suicide. Left him with nothing but ruined pride. Something new inside, a voice sing.
Alex, you gotta fend for yourself.
Started retreating and reading every treatise on the shore.
There would have been nothing left left to do for someone less astute. He would have been dead or destitute without a cent of restitution. Started working, clerking for his late mother's landlord, trading sugar, cane, and rum and all the things he can't afford. Scheming for every book he can get his hands on. Planning for the future, see him now as he stands on the bow of the ship, headed for the new land. In New York, you can be a new man.
In New York, you can
Just
be a
you
new
wait.
man. In New York, you can
Just
be a
you
new
wait.
man. In New York, you can be a new man. In New York,
Just you wait.
Alexander Hamilton, we are waiting in the wings for you. Waiting in the wings for you. You never back down. You never learn to take your time. Oh, Alexander Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton. When America sings for you, will they know what you overcame? Will they know you rewrote the game? The world will never be the same. Oh,
The ship is in the harbor now, see if you can spot him. Another immigrant coming up from the bottom. He's destroyed his rep, America forgot him.
We fought with him.
Me, I died for him.
I trusted him.
Me, I loved him.
And me, I'm the dumb fool that shot him.
There's a million things I haven't done, but just you wait.
What's your name, man?
Alexander Hamilton.
Who are you? Ooh, who is this kid? What's he gonna do?
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I'm gonna get a scholarship to King's College. I probably shouldn't brag, but I got amazed and astonished. The problem is I got a lot of brains, but no polish. I gotta holler just to be heard with every word. I drop knowledge. I'm a diamond in the rough. I shine a piece of gold, trying to reach my goal. My power of speech unimpeachable. Only 19, but my mind is older. These New York City streets get colder. I shoulder every burden and every disadvantage I've learned to manage. I don't have a gun to brandish. I walk these streets famished. The plan is to fan this spark into a flame. But damn, it's getting dark, so let me spell out the name. I am the
A-L-E-X-A-N-D-E-R. We are meant to be
a colony that runs independently. Meanwhile, Britain keeps shitting on us endlessly. Essentially, they tax us relentlessly. And King George turns around and runs a spending spree. He ain't never gonna set his descendants free. So there will be a revolution in the century. Enter me.
Says in parentheses.
Now don't be shocked when your history book mentions me. I will lay down my life if it sets us free. Eventually, you see my ascendancy. And I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. Throwing away my shot. It's time to take a shot.
I dream a life without a monarchy. The unrest in France will lead to anarchy. Anarchy? How you say? Oh, anarchy. When I fight, I make the other side panicky with my shots.
You are my tailor's apprentice, and I got your knuckleheads, and I look up horrendous. I'm joining a rebellion so I can know my chance to socially advance. Instead of sewing some pants, I'm going to take
shots.
And we'll never be truly free
Yep.
until those in bondage have the same rights as you and me. Stallion on a stallion with the 1st Black Battalion. Have another
Shots.
Geniuses, lower your voices. You keep out of trouble and you double your choices. I'm with you, but the situation is fraught. You've got to be carefully taught. If you talk, you're gonna get
shots.
Berg, check what we got. Mr. Lafayette, hard rock like Lancelot. I think your pants look hot. Lawrence, I like you a lot. Latch out your block, blacker than your kettle, calling the pot. What are the odds of the gods to put us all in one spot? Popping the squad on conventional wisdom, like it or not. A bunch of revolutionary manumission abolitionists. Give me a position, show me where the ammunition is. Oh, am
Am I talking too loud? Sometimes I get over-excited and shoot off the mouth. I never had a group of friends before. I promise that I'll make y'all proud.
Let's get this guy in front of a crowd.
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hey.
Whoa.
That he's gotta rise up. Tell your sister that she's gotta rise up.
When are these colonies gonna rise up? When are these colonies gonna rise up? When are these colonies gonna rise up? Rise up!
I imagine death so much it feels more like a memory. When's it gonna get me? In my sleep, 7 feet ahead of me? If I see it coming, do I beat without a melody? See, I never thought I'd live past 20. Where I come from, some get half as many. Ask anybody why we living fast and we laugh, reach for a flask. We have to make this moment last. That's plenty, scratch that. This is not a moment, it's the movement. Where the hungriest brothers with something to prove. When foes oppose us, we take an honest stand. We roll like Moses, claiming our promised land. And if we win our independence, is that a guarantee of freedom for our descendants? Oh, with the blood we shed begin an endless cycle of vengeance and death with no defendants. I know the action in the street is exciting, but Jesus, between all the bleeding and fighting I've been reading and writing, we need to handle our financial situation. Are we a nation of states? What's the state of our nation? I pass patiently waiting every action's an act of creation. I'm laughing in the face of casualties and sorrow. For the first time I'm thinking past tomorrow.
And I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. We're gonna rise up. Time to take a shot. We're gonna rise up, rise up. It's time to take a shot. Rise up, rise up. It's time to take a shot. Rise up. It's time to take a shot. Rise up. Take a shot, shot. Hey yo, it's time to take a shot. Time to take a shot. I am not throwing away my shot.
Raise a glass to freedom, something they can never take away, no matter what they tell you. Raise a glass to the four of us. Tomorrow there'll be more of us, telling the story of tonight. Raise a glass to freedom, something they can never take away.
No matter what they tell you,
let's have another round tonight. Raise a glass to the four of us. Tomorrow there'll be more of us. rich folks love more. They're going downtown and someone with the poor. They pull up in their carriages and gawk at the students in their comments just to watch them talk. Take full of Skylar, the man is loaded. Uh-oh, but little does he know that his daughters, Peggy, Angelica, Eliza, sneak into the city to watch all the guys at work.
Work, Angelica. Work, Eliza. And
Work, the Skylar sisters.
Angelica.
Eliza.
Work.
Daddy said to be home by sundown.
Daddy doesn't need to know.
Daddy said not to go downtown.
Like I said, you're free to go.
But look around, the revolution's happening in New York.
Angelica. Work.
It's bad enough Daddy wants to go to war.
People shouting in the square.
Bad enough there'll be violence on our shore.
New ideas in the air. Look around.
Angelica, remind me what we're looking for.
She's looking for me.
Eliza, I'm looking for a minded work. I'm looking for a minded work. I'm looking for a minded work. Whoa.
There's nothing like summer in the city. Someone in a rush next to someone looking pretty. Excuse me, miss, I know it's not funny, but your perfume smells like your daddy's got money. Why you summer in the city in your fancy heels? You searching for an urchin who could give you ideas?
There, you disgust me.
So you've discussed me. I'm a trust fund, baby, you can trust me.
I've been reading Common Sense by Thomas Paine. Some men say that I'm intense or I'm insane. You want a revolution, I want a revelation. So listen to my declaration. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. And when I meet Thomas Jefferson, I'ma compel him to include women in the sequel.
Work. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now.
History is happening in Manhattan, and we just happen to be in the greatest city in the world.
In the greatest city in the world.
It's like a pretty Common Sense by Thomas Paine. Someone said that I'm intense or I'm insane. We want a revolution, we want a revelation. So listen to my declaration. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal right now. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. History is happening in Manhattan, and we just happen to be in the greatest city in the world. In the greatest city in the world. Work. Angelica.
Work. Eliza.
Work.
Skylar sisters.
We're looking for a minded work. Hey. Work. In the greatest city. In the greatest city.
In the greatest city in the world.
You say the price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea, which you hurl in the sea when you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back, soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You'll remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall. We have seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. You say your love is draining and you can't go on. You'll be the one complaining when I am gone. And no, don't change the subject, 'cause you're my favorite favorite subject, my sweet submissive subject, my loyal royal subject, forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You'll be back like before. I will fight the fight and win the war for your love, for your praise, and I'll love you till my dying days. When you're gone, I'll go mad, so don't throw away this thing we had, 'cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. Everybody, da 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 da.
Oh my gosh, isn't the show amazing so far? And we're only just beginning. Stay tuned. But for right now, we are going to take a pause and do some really fun Hamilton trivia to see how well do you really know the musical Hamilton. So here is your first question. Where did Burr and Hamilton duel? Take a second, drop your answers in the chat below. Right here, we're waiting. We'll wait here. Go ahead, type it in. Who knows the answer? Okay, I'm gonna say it. Are you ready? Last chance to drop your answer in the chat. The answer is Weehawken. Very nice.
My question is, how old was Philip Hamilton during the song Take a Break? So we can all think about it for a little bit, and you can all drop your answers in the chat. It's a tough one, I think. Okay, I'm so excited to see these answers. I think that was enough time, so I'm going to reveal it now. The answer is 9 years old.
Okie dokie. My trivia question is, what is the longest song in Hamilton? This one tripped me up a little bit because there were like there are definitely a few songs that you can choose between. But yeah, go ahead, type your answers in the chat. Dun, 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 dun. Kahoot. Okay, I'm done. So the answer is Nonstop. Snaps if you got it right, and if you didn't, that's okay too.
How many songs are there in Hamilton? Okay, type your answers in. If you look it up, that's cheating. So no cheating. You gotta really think of it. Maybe count on your fingers. You might need more fingers. No hints. Okay. Or you can just put in a guess. You can just type in a guess. I know there's a lot of them. So I'm gonna give you all a second to type. And the answer is 46. There are so many songs in Hamilton, which we are going to get back to because there's so many songs in Hamilton. We gotta go on to the next number. So here it is.
taking me?
I'm about to change your life.
Then by all means, lead the way.
Elizabeth Schuyler, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Skylar?
My sister.
Thank you for all your service.
Oh, if it takes fighting a war for us to meet, it will have been worth it.
I'll leave you to it.
1 week later, I'm writing a letter nightly. Now my life gets better every letter that you write me. Laughing at my sister cause she wants to form a harem.
I'm just saying, if you really love me, you would share them.
2 weeks later, in the living room stressing. My father's stone face, lying asking for a blessing. I'm dying inside as you whine and dine. And I'm trying not to cry cause there's nothing that your mind can do. My father makes his way across the room to you. I panic for a second, thinking we're through. But then he shakes your hand and says, be true. Then you turn back to me smiling and Look into your eyes and look skies. I'm helpless. Down for the count and I'm counting. Helpless. For years. Look into your eyes and look skies. Helpless. So helpless. Down for the count and I'm drowning it all.
Eliza, I don't have a dollar to my name. An acre of land, a troop to command, a dollop of fame. All I have's my honor, a tolerance for pain, a couple of college credits and my top-notch brain. Insane, your family brings out a different side of me. Peggy confides in me, Angelica tried to take goodbye to me. No stress, my love for you is never in doubt. We'll get a little place in Harlem and we'll figure it out. I've been living without a family since I was a child. My father left, my mother died. I grew up wild, but I'll never forget my mother's face that was real. As long as I'm alive, Eliza, swear to God, we never feel that. My life is going fine because Eliza's in it.
A toast to the groom.
To the groom, to the groom, to the groom,
To the bride.
to the bride, to the bride.
From your sister.
Angelica,
Who's always by your side.
by your side.
To your union.
To the revolution.
And the hope that you provide.
You provide.
Always be satisfied.
Rewind.
Rewind, rewind, rewind.
I remember that night, I just might.
Rewind.
I remember that night, I just might.
Rewind.
I remember that night, I remember that. I remember that night, I just might regret that night for the rest of my days. I remember those soldier boys tripping over themselves doing our praise. I remember that dream like candlelight, like a dream that you can't quite place. But Alexander, I'll never forget the first time I saw your face. I have never been the same. Intelligent eyes in a hunger pang frame. And when you said hi, I forgot my dang name. Set my heart aflame, every part aflame. This is not a game.
Strike me as a woman who's never been satisfied.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean. You forget yourself.
You're like me, I'm never satisfied.
Is that right?
I've never been satisfied.
My name is Angelica Schuyler.
Alexander Hamilton.
Where's your family from?
Unimportant, there's a million things I haven't done. Just you wait, just you wait.
So this is what it feels like to match wits with someone at your level. What the hell is the catch? It's the feeling of freedom, of seeing the light. It's Ben Franklin with a key and a kite. You see it right? The conversation lasted 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. Everything we said in total agreement. It's a dream and it's a bit of a dance, a bit of a posture, it's a bit of a stance. He's a bit of a flirt, but I'ma give it a chance. I asked about his family, did you see his answer? His hands started fidgeting, he looked askance. He's penniless, it's flying by the seat of his pants. Handsome, boy, does he know it? Peach fuzz, and he can't even grow it. I want to take him far away from this place, then I turn to see my sister's face, and she is. And I know she is. And her eyes are just. And I realize 3 fundamental truths at the exact same time.
Where are you taking me?
I'm about to change your life.
Then by all means, lead the way.
Number 1. I'm a girl in a world in which my only job is to marry rich. My father has no son, so I'm the one who has to social climb for one. Cause I'm the oldest and the wittiest, and the gossip in New York City is insidious. Alexander is penniless. Whew, that doesn't mean I want him any less.
Elizabeth Schuyler, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Schuyler.
My sister.
Number 2.
He's after me cause I'm a Schuyler sister that elevates a status side. Have to be naive to set that aside. Maybe that is why I introduced him to Eliza. Now that's his bride. Nice going, Angelica, he was right. You will never be satisfied.
Thank you for all your service.
If it takes fighting a war for us to meet, it will have been
I'll
worth
leave
it.
you to it.
Number 3.
I know my sister like I know my own mind. You will never find anyone as trusting or as kind. If I tell her that I love him, she'd be silently resigned. He'd be mine. She would say I'm fine. She'd be lying. But when I fantasize at night, it's Alexander's eyes as I romanticize what might have been if I hadn't sized him up so quickly. At least my dear Eliza's his wife. At least I keep his eyes in my life. To the groom!
To the groom, to the groom, to the groom.
To the bride!
To the bride!
To the bride!
From the sister! Who is always by your side. To your
Revolution!
and the hope that you provide. Always be satisfied. And I know she'll be happy as he's around. And I know you will never be satisfied. I will never be satisfied.
Theodosia writes me a letter every day. I'm keeping the bed warm while her husband is away. He's on the British side in Georgia. He's trying to keep the colonies in line. He can keep all of Georgia. Theodosia, she's mine. Love doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes, and we keep loving anyways. We laugh and we cry and we break and we make our mistakes. And if there's a reason, I'm by her side when so many have tried. I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. Wait for it, wait for it. My grandfather was a fire and a brimstone preacher. But there are things that the homilies and hymns won't teach her. My mother was a genius. My father commanded respect. When they died, they left no instructions, just a legacy to protect. Death doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes, and we keep living anyways. We rise and we fall and we break and we make our mistakes, and if there's a reason I'm still alive when everyone who loves me has died, I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. I'm the one thing in life I can control. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. I'm inimitable, I'm original. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. I'm not falling behind or running ahead. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. I'm not standing still, I'm lying in wait. Wait. Counting faces in the last uphill climb. He has something to prove, he has nothing to lose. Counts his paces, relentless, he wastes no time. What is it like in his shoes? Hamilton doesn't hesitate. He exhibits no restraint. He takes and he takes and he takes, and he keeps winning anyways. Changes the game he plays and he raises the stakes, and if there's a reason he seems to thrive and so few survive, God damn it, I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. Life doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes, and we keep living anyways. We rise and we fall when we break and we make our mistakes, and if there's a reason I'm still alive when so many have died, I'm willing to wait for it.
Wait for it.
Wait for it.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait.
Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. Look around, look around.
How long have you known?
A month or so.
Alyssa, you should have told me.
I wrote to the general a month ago.
No.
I begged him to send you home.
You should have told me.
I'm not sorry. I knew you'd fight until the war was
not
won,
done.
but you deserve a chance to meet your son. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now.
Will you relish being a poor man's wife, unable to provide for your life?
I relish being your wife. Look around, look around. Look at where you are. Look at where you started. The fact that you're alive is a miracle. Just stay alive, that would be enough. And if this child shares a fraction of your smile, or a fragment of your mind, look out, world, that would be enough. I don't pretend to know the challenges you're facing, the world you keep erasing and creating in your mind. But I'm not afraid. I know who I married. So long as you come home at the end of the day, that would be enough. We don't need a legacy. We don't need money. If I could grant you peace of mind, if you could let me inside your heart, oh, let me be a part of the narrative in the story they will write someday. Let this moment be the first chapter where you decide to stay. And I could be enough, and we could be enough. That would be enough. amazing. I'm so proud of all the students in this production. They've really grown so much. We're gonna go ahead and move into some Hamilton fun facts. So our first fun fact is that Lin actually wrote a lot of the songs on the go. Meaning, one, he wrote his honeymoon. He wasn't planning on it. It just kind of happened. No piano around or anything. And he wrote, wait for it, on the subway on a way to a friend's house. So pretty crazy, right?
My fun fact is that Lin-Manuel Miranda was like deciding between Hamilton and Burr when he was thinking about which character to play, which is very interesting. It makes me think a lot about what could have happened, you know?
Another fun fact about Hamilton is that Daveed Diggs has the fastest lyric in theater history with 6.3 words per second. That is so fast. He plays Lafayette and Jefferson in different acts, and I'm pretty sure that's referring to Guns and Ships, but yes, that's insane.
And my fun fact is that Lin-Manuel Miranda took 9 years to write the entire production of Hamilton and 1 year to write the opening number. It was really hard for him to get started, but I think we can all say that the 9 years were well worth it in the end. And up next, we are going to keep continuing on with our amazing production. So here we go.
Does a ragtag volunteer army in need of a shower somehow defeat a global superpower? How do we emerge victorious from the quagmire, leave the battlefield waving Betsy Ross's flag higher? Yo, turns out we have a super weapon, an immigrant you know and love who's unafraid to step in. He's constantly confusing, confounding the British head. Everyone give it up for America's favorite fighting Frenchman!
Lafayette! Taking this horse by the reins, making red cuts, running the blood stains. Lafayette! I'm never gonna stop until I make them drop, burn up and scatter remains. I'm Lafayette! Watch me engaging them, escaping them, and raging on my Lafayette! Go to France for more fun. Lafayette! Come back with more guns and chiefs until the balance shifts.
We rendezvous with Rochambeau, consolidate their gifts.
We can end this year as Worktown. Got them off at sea, but for this to succeed, there's someone else we need.
I know.
Hamilton. They knows what to do in the trench, intuitive and fluent in French. I mean, Hamilton. They're gonna have to use it eventually. What's he gonna do on the bench? I mean, Hamilton. No one has my feelings and matches my practical tactical brilliance. Hamilton. You fight for your land back. Hamilton.
I need my right hand man back.
Yeah, get your right hand man back. No, you gotta get your right hand man back. You gotta put some thought into the letter. The sooner the better to get your right hand man back.
Alexander Hamilton, troops are waiting in the fields for you. If you join us right now, together we can turn the tide. Oh, Alexander Hamilton, I have soldiers that'll yield for you. If we manage to get this right, they'll surrender by early light. The world will never be the same.
You say the price of my war's not a price that you're willing to pay. Insane! You cheat with the French, now I'm fighting with France and with Spain. I'm so blue. I thought that we made an arrangement when you went away. You were mine to subdue. Even despite our estrangement, I've got a small query for you. What comes next? You've been freed. Do you know how hard it is to lead? You're on your own. Awesome, wow. Do you have a clue what happens now? Oceans rise, empires fall. It's much harder when it's all your call. All alone, you don't come crawling back to me. Da 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 da. You're on your own.
Dear Theodosia, what to say to you? You have my eyes, you have your mother's name. When you came into the world, you cried, and it broke my heart. I'm dedicating every day to you. Domestic life was never quite my style. When you smile, you knock me out, I fall apart, and the thought I was so smart. We will come of age with our young nation. We'll bleed and fight for you. We'll make it right for you. If we lay a strong enough foundation, we'll pass it on to you. We'll give the world to you, and you'll blow us all away. Someday, someday. Yeah, you'll blow us all away. Someday, someday.
Oh, Philip, when you smile, I am undone. My son, look at my son. Pride is not the word I'm looking for. There's so much more inside me now. Oh, Philip, you outshine the morning sun. My son, when you smile, I fall apart, and I thought I was so smart. My father wasn't around. I swear that I'll be around for you. I'll do whatever it takes.
We'll make a million mistakes.
We'll make the world safe and sound for you.
Come of age with our young nation. We'll bleed and fight for you. We'll make it right for you. If we lay a strong enough foundation, we'll pass it on to you. We'll give the world to you, and you'll blow us all away. Someday, someday. Yeah, you'll blow us all away. Someday, someday.
Good.
Said we enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
My dearest Angelica, tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day. I trust you understand the reference to another Scottish tragedy without my having a name to play. They think me Beth, and passion's my folly. I'm a polymath, a pain in the ass, a massive pain. Madison is Banquo, Jefferson's Macduff, and Burnham Wood is Congress on its way to Dunsinane. And there you are, an ocean away. Do you have to live an ocean away? Once if you subside, then I get another letter. I cannot put the notion away.
Take a break.
I am on my way.
There's a little surprise before it's ever, and it cannot wait.
I'll be there in just a minute. Save my plate.
Alexander!
Okay.
Your son is 9 years old today. He had something he'd like to say. He's been practicing all day. Philip, take it away.
Daddy, look, my name is Philip. I am a poet. I wrote this poem just to show it. And I just turned 9. You can write rhymes, but you can't write mine. I practice French and play piano with my mother. I have a sister, but I want a little brother. My daddy's trying to start America's bank. Boom, two, talk, got to say.
Take a break.
Hey, arcade is pretty great.
Run away with us for the summer. Let's go upstairs.
Eliza, I've got so much on my plate.
Then I'll go stay with my father. There's a lake
I know.
in the nearby
I love to go.
You and I can go when the night gets dark.
I will try to get away.
My dearest Alexander, you must get through to Jefferson. Sit down with him and compromise. Don't stop till you agree. Your favorite oldest sister, Angelica, reminds you there's someone in your corner all the way across the sea. In a letter I received from you 2 weeks ago, I noticed a comma in the middle of a phrase. It changed the meaning. Did you intend this? One stroke and you've consumed my waking days. It says, my dearest Angelica. With a comma after dearest, you've written my dearest Angelica. Anyway, all this to say, I'm coming home this summer at my sister's invitation. I'll be with your family if you make your way upstate. I know you're very busy, I know your work's important, but I'm crossing the ocean and I just can't wait. You won't be an ocean away, you'll only be a moment away.
Alexander, come downstairs. Angelica's arriving today.
Eliza,
The Schuyler sisters.
Alexander,
Hi.
it's good to see your face.
Angelica, tell this man John Adams spent the summer with his family.
Angelica, tell my wife that John Adams doesn't have a real job anyway.
You're not joining us, wait.
I'm afraid I cannot join you upstate.
Alexander, I came all this way. Oh, take a break.
You know I have to get my plan through Congress.
Stay with us for the summer, let's go upstairs.
I lose my job if we don't get this plan through Congress.
I'll go stay with our father. There's a lake. I know I'll miss your face. Screw your courage to the stinking place. Eliza's right, take a break. Run away with us for the summer, let's go upstairs. We can all go stay with our father if you take your time. We wait our mark. Close your eyes and dream when the night gets dark. Take a break.
I have to get my plan through Congress. I can't stop until I get this plan through Congress.
Oh my gosh, that was so amazing. Yay. Okay, so real talk now. What is your guys' favorite Hamilton song? Oh boy, that is so tough. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Nonstop. Oh, and be sure to type yours in the chat so we can see what everybody's favorites are.
Oh, I guess I can go. Oh my gosh, this is so much harder than I thought it was gonna be. I think today, it changes every day, but my favorites are Room Where It Happens and Helpless. Room Where It Happens is such a fun dance number, and I love the dance that Maya choreographed for our production, so I'm very excited.
Mine is also going to have to be 2. I know, I can't pick. It's kind of the combination of Helpless and Satisfied, getting to see kind of both sides to that story and just the contrast between the songs. I love it.
Like Alyssa, mine changes all the time, but right now I'm really loving Satisfied because Angelica is just such a powerhouse, and I also love the combination of the two stories and hearing it from her perspective. And then I also want to say Dear Theodosia because the harmonies are so beautiful and it's such a heartwarming song. And yes, that I'm so excited to read all of your answers in the chat. This is such an important question and it tells a lot about you. So now that we have that covered, we're going to move on to our next song in the cabaret, and we really hope you enjoy and keep watching.
Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Burr, sir.
Did you hear the news about good old General Mercer?
No.
You know, Claremont Street.
Yeah.
They renamed it after him. The Mercer legacy is secure.
Sure.
And all he have to do is
That's a lot less work.
We ought to give it a try. Now how you gonna get your debt plan through?
I guess I'm gonna finally have to listen to you.
Really?
Talk less, smile more, do whatever it takes to get my plan on the Congress floor.
Now Madison and Jefferson are merciless.
Well, I hate the sin, love the sinner.
Hamilton.
I'm sorry, Burr, I gotta go.
But
decisions are happening over dinner.
Two Virginians and an immigrant walk into a room.
Diametrically opposed foes.
They emerge with a compromise, having opened doors that were previously closed. Bros. The immigrant emerges with unprecedented financial power, a system he can shape however he wants. The Virginians emerge with the nation's capital. And here's the passive resistance. No one else is in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one else is in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one really knows how the game is played, the art of the trade, how sausage gets made. We just assume that it happens. No one else is in the room where it happens.
Thomas claims
Alexander was all on Washington's doorstep one day in distress and disarray.
Thomas claims
Alexander said,
nowhere else to turn,
and basically begged me to join the fray.
Thomas claims
I approached Madison and said, I know you hate him, but let's hear what he has to say.
Thomas claims
well, I arranged the meeting, I arranged the venue, the seating.
But no one else is in the room where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens. No one else is in the room where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens. No one really knows all the parties gets a yes. The pieces that are sacrificing every game of chess. We just assume that it happens, and no one else is in the room where it happens.
Meanwhile,
Madison's grappling with the facts, fighting over where to put the capital. It isn't pretty, and Jefferson approaches with a dinner and invite, and Madison responds with Virginian insight.
Maybe we can solve one problem with another and win a victory for the Southerners. In other words, a quid pro quo.
I suppose.
Wouldn't you like to work a little closer to home?
Actually, I would.
Well, I propose the Potomac.
And you'll provide him his boats?
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Let's go.
No.
what else was in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one else is in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened.
My God,
In God we trust,
but we never really know what
got discussed. Click, boom, then it happened.
and no one else is in the room where it happened.
Alexander Hamilton.
What did they say to you to get you to Sonic City down the river?
Alexander Hamilton.
Did Washington know that the dinner was a presidential pressure to deliver?
Alexander Hamilton.
Or did you know even then it doesn't matter where you put the U.S. Capitol?
Cause we'll have the banks, we're in the same spot.
You got more than you gave.
And I wanted what I got. When you got skin in the game, you stay in the game. But you don't gonna win unless you play in the game. Oh, you get love for it, you get hate for it, you get nothing if you wait for it,
wait for it, wait.
God help and forgive me. I wanna build something that's gonna outlive me. What do you want, Berg? What do you want, Berg?
You stand for nothing, Berg. What do you fall for?
I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room. and close your eyes.
Want me to save the day.
You don't get a say, but you trade away.
We dream of a brand new start,
but we dream in a dark for the most part.
Dark as the tomb where it happens.
I've got to be in
the room where it happens.
I've got to be
the room where it happens.
I've got to be
the room where it happens.
I've got to be in
the room where it happens.
I gotta be in where it happens.
In the room where it happens. Click, boom.
They say George Washington's yielding his power and stepping away. Is that true? I wasn't aware that was something a person could do. I'm perplexed. Are they going to keep on replacing whoever's in charge? If so, who's next? There's nobody else in their country who looms quite as large. What? John Adams. I know him. That can't be. That's that little guy who spoke to me all those years ago. What was it, 85? That poor man, they're going to eat him alive. Oceans rise, empires fall. Next to Washington, they all look small, all alone. Watch them run, they will tear each other into pieces. Jesus Christ, this will be fun. Da 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 da. President John Adams. Good luck.
I saved every letter you wrote me. From the moment I read them, I knew you were mine. You said you were mine. I thought you were mine. Do you know what Angelica said when we saw your first letter arrive? She said, be careful with that one, love. He will do what it takes to survive. You and your words flooded my senses. Your sentences left me defenseless. You built me palaces out of paragraphs. You built cathedrals. I'm rereading the letters you wrote me. I'm searching and scanning for answers in every line, for some kind of sign. And when you were mine, the world seemed to run. You published the letters she wrote you. You told the whole world how you brought this girl into our bed, and clearing your name, ruined our lives. Do you know what Angelica said when she read what you'd done? She said, you have married an Icarus. He has flown too close to the sun. You and your words obsessed with your legacy. Your sentences border on senseless, and you are paranoid in every paragraph. How they perceive you. I'm erasing myself from the narrative, but fear
There are moments that the words don't reach. There is suffering too terrible to name. You hold your child as tight as you can and push away the unimaginable. The moments when you're in so deep, it feels easier to just swim down.
The Hamiltons move uptown and learn to live with the unimaginable.
I was in the garden. I walk alone to the store. It's quiet uptown. I never liked the quiet before. I take the children to church on Sunday, a sign of the cross at the door, and I pray. It never used to happen before.
If you see him in the street, walking by himself, talking to himself, have pity.
Philip, you would like it uptown. It's quiet uptown.
He is working through the unimaginable.
His hair is gone gray. He passes every day. They say he walks the length of the city.
You knock me out, I fall apart.
Can you imagine?
Look at where we are. Look at where we started. I know I don't deserve you, Eliza, but hear me out, and that would be enough. If I could spare his life, if I could trade his life for mine, he'd be standing here right now, and you would smile, and that would be enough. I don't pretend to know the challenges we're facing. I know there's no replacing what we've lost, and you need time, but I'm not afraid. I know who I married. Just let me stay here by your side, and that would be enough.
If you see him in the street, walking by your side, talking by your side, have pity.
Eliza, do you like it uptown? It's quiet uptown.
He is trying to do the unimaginable. See them walking in the park, long after dark, taking in the sights of the city.
Look around, Eliza.
They're trying to do the unimaginable.
That the words don't reach. There's a grace too powerful to name. We push away what we can never understand. We push away the unimaginable. They are standing in the garden, Alexander by Eliza's side. She takes his hand.
It's quiet uptown.
Forgiveness. Can you imagine? Forgiveness. Can you imagine? If you see him in the street, walking by your side, talking by your side, have pity. They are calling through the unimaginable.
Let me tell you what I wish I'd known when I was young and dreamed of glory. You had no control.
Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
President Jefferson.
I'll give him this. His financial system is a work of genius. I couldn't undo it if I've tried. And I've tried.
Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
President Madison.
He took our country from bankruptcy to prosperity.
I hate to admit it, but he doesn't get enough credit for all the credit he gave us.
Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
Every other founding father's story gets told. Every other founding father gets to grow old.
And when you're gone, who remembers your name?
Who keeps your flame? Who tells your story?
Who tells your story?
Who tells your story?
Eliza, put myself back in the narrative. Eliza, stop wasting time on tears. I live another 50 years, and it's not enough.
Eliza,
I interview every soldier who fought by her side.
He tells our story.
I try to make sense of your thousands of pages of writings. You really do write like you're running out of time. I rely on Angelica. While she's alive, we tell your story. She is buried in Trinity Church near you. When I needed her most, she was right on time. And I'm still not through. I asked myself, what would you do if you had more time? The Lord in His kindness, He gives me what you always wanted. He gives me more time. I raise funds in D.C. for the Washington Monument.
He tells my story.
I speak out against slavery. You could have done so much more if you only had time. And when my time is up, have I done enough? Will they tell your story? Oh, can I show you what I'm proudest of? The orphanage. I established the first private orphanage in New York City.
The orphanage.
I helped raise hundreds of children. I get to see them growing up.
Orphanage.
In their eyes I see you, Alexander. I see you every time. And when my time is up, have I done enough? Will they tell my story? I can't wait to see you again. It's only a matter of time. Will they tell your story?
Who tells your story?
Will they tell your story?
Who tells your story?
This is over. But I'm so excited for all of the future productions we will do together with TV2C and then also on Broadway. Manifesting that all four of us are on Broadway together in Hamilton someday. Just saying. And with that, thank you all so much for watching. Everybody that was in the show, all of our amazing cast members. Mwah, I miss you guys. You guys are incredible, and I hope you are so proud of yourselves and each other for all of the hard work you put in. So thank you guys so much. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.